Hey, what's going on everyone? Matthew from therighttrader.com back today with another cryptocurrency video. Today's video is sponsored by FarmaTrust and I will be reviewing their project and ICO. What FarmaTrust is trying to do is to combine the blockchain and AI to create basically an international tracking system for medicines and kind of revolutionize the healthcare industry. Their ICO is in 3 days and 7 hours, as you can see by the timer on their front page, but you can already join the whitelist now to reserve your spot. And what is FarmaTrust all about? Well, it is basically an official global tracking system which provides security to pharmaceutical companies, governments, regulators, and the public, right? Now, they're doing this for a couple of reasons. One of the big things that they're trying to fix is to remove counterfeit drugs from entering the supply chain, right? Try to prevent that happening, and they are going to include artificial intelligence as well as big data analysis to go about this. And their system is safe, secure, encrypted, and immutable, right? So that also comes from the advantages of the blockchain. Now, they are system neutral. They are future proof because they kind of accounted for scalability in the future. Global, that's something that they're really working on, and worldwide compliance, right? A system that complies with differing international regulatory systems. And it is, of course, secure. Now, as for the roadmap, we can see that for the first quarter of 2018, it's going to be a lot of testing, getting the initial things set up like the token distribution event, creating the web app, stuff like that. For the second quarter of 2018, they're going a bit more into the creation of the software, things like alpha beta testing, a wallet app, mobile app, building the AI and analytics service. So really going more heavy on the software side of things. As for the third quarter, we're going to see basically going even deeper into the whole technology side of things once again, right? With things like publishing the app to the App Store and Google Play, extend deep machine learning, developing business events engine. And for the fourth quarter, once again, going even deeper into that layer of technology, right? With by harnessing data and artificial intelligence, building abstraction layers and connectors for multiple blockchains, stuff like that, right? And of course, continuing to build the API ecosystem. So really, I'd say the last 2 quarters of 2018 are going to be heavily focused on really getting that technology down. And for the first quarter of 2019, that's where we're going to see all of this ecosystem that's created really come to the end user, right? And get customs clearance as well. For the second quarter of 2019, that's when there will be the release of Zoe, and that's their actual platform where all of this will be held on. Now, they do have a pretty extensive team of members and advisors. And now I will go over the white paper with you. So right here you can see a pretty good description of what FarmaTrust is all about. It's a web-based peer-to-peer platform designed to keep an immutable record of every legitimate drug ever produced using blockchain technology. It is at the forefront of preventing counterfeit drugs from getting into the supply chain, therefore preventing death and suffering of patients, be it in the developed or the developing world. And like I said, right, they're going to be using AI, machine learning technologies to benefit commercial operations in the pharmaceutical industry by hopefully increasing efficiency and revenue through those things. And so their platform Zoe is where all this is happening, right? That's their web-based peer-to-peer platform with an immutable record. And as you can see, that immutability is going to be key in satisfying regulatory requirements, right? And they can do that because of the blockchain technology. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but they do go over, the current problems in the pharmaceutical industry right now. Things like, the proliferation of counterfeit drugs. That's a big one that they're tackling. But things like online pharmacies create a lot of problems as well. Supply chain inefficiencies, that's a very key one as also. I'm going to go over the supply chain for FarmaTrust in just a second. So if you take a look at the FarmaTrust supply chain exchange, and the keyword is exchange there, we can see that we start off by the manufacturer that will obviously the products will get sent out to the distributor, and from there already the FarmaTrust API generates blockchain transaction, and we'll see this throughout the whole supply chain happen. Basically every time it moves to the next party, right? So when the packet, for example, gets to the distributor, that's scanned with the FarmaTrust app. Then once it goes to a hospital, online pharmacy, it will be scanned again. It will be generated on the blockchain, and all the way up till the end user, there's going to be a full tracking system to have all that in place and recorded, right? So one interesting point that they make is the lack of adoption by the industry. And what they kind of mention is how the pharmaceutical industry is very slow to actually adopt new technology, and they want to change that like iTunes and Amazon did, getting that first mover advantage and actually being willing to make that change. So that does give them a pretty big advantage. And jumping right into the next point is their FTT token, right? That's the actual FarmaTrust token. And the FarmaTrust requires utility tokens, which are used to track various items and drug packets through the platform, as well as pay for tools and services provided by FarmaTrust. There's a lot of stuff going on with these FTT tokens, but they are ERC20 tokens, and there's a total supply of 1 billion. Only 600 million of those will be available for sale. And each FTT creates utility tokens which are required to use the FarmaTrust platform and services. The FTT tokens do have a fixed supply, and FTT units are fungible, transferable. They do expect the FTT token to be available on exchanges for things like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other coins, right? So that's a very nice that they're targeting that side of things as well. Now, a couple things about their token policy. One interesting aspect of this is that individual FTT holder token will generate or mint 500 utility tokens per week upon creation and issuance. Now, the number of utility tokens generated will increase by 10% from the initial quarter up until... So these utility tokens are used to track an individual medicine packet through the supply chain. And what we see is that these tokens are actually burnt at the end of the route of the particular item. Now, all that data will be stored on the blockchain. And on sale or transfer of the FTT holder token, it actually resets and begins the process of generating utility tokens again for tracking packets through the supply chain. So we're going to go over a couple things as far as the token distribution events are concerned. And what we can see is that the pre-sale has already been completed privately. Now, in the current stage that we're in, that's the pre-token distribution event, right? That's where you can actually join in now. And there are a couple advantages to that. So like I said, that's going to open up in 3 days and 6 hours. I'll have a link to FarmaTrust in the description of this video, by the way. That's going to start on February 15th of 2018 and will be directly followed by the main token distribution event on the 1st of March 2018. Now, you can already get on the whitelist, but the key here is to realize that if you join during the pre-token distribution event, which, like I said, that is in 3 days and 6 hours, you get a 20% discount off of the token price for the 15th of March, or 200 million tokens, whichever comes first. This concludes my review of FarmaTrust. If you're interested in learning more about them, I'll have a link to their website in the description of this video. But with that being said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.